of San Diego, California. The sun is out, perfect weather, but what else is new? It's summertime, summertime, summertime.
It is summertime and the moon is right. Yes, everybody's rocking this music. Driving in the cars, playing basketball, swimming by the pool, playing volleyball. Go get your sandals, get your surfboard, grab your skates and go flow on the boardwalk. Jamming in Jesus' name, it's his time to shine. Brighter days ahead, 'cause it's that time.
Summertime.
Summertime. The moon is right. God the praise. Jesus is around.
Summertime, summertime.
And the mood is right. Jesus is alright. First thing in the morning at the break of the day, came and missed much needed time. Now let's have a good day. Call my girls, we hit the beach. Deep in the Jeep with Krispy Kreme. Look out over the sea. I thank you, Lord, for blessing me with good friends and good times. All my troubles behind. Summertime. Ooh, yeah. Give me God the praise. Jesus is alright. It's alright. To be out in the morning. It's summertime. It's summertime. Yes, this is our day. The Lord has made it. We will rejoice. Summertime is here. Celebrate Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Oh, so I hurry home and watch a 2:45. Gotta change my clothes, be looking fly so y'all can see this celebration guaranteed to start at 5. We're gonna party all night. Tony's got the barbecue. You better hurry before we start the party without you. Oh no, and down the nose, reminiscing as the music flows.
Hey, you guys! Hey, you guys!
I'm telling you,
How you doing? How you doing? Come on in the room. Come on in.
here in the American finest city of
I
San
hope you're
Diego,
not excited.
California.
Yes. So much more. There's so much more. Yes. Hope you're not tired of me yet. But this is my pop-up. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening to whatever time you are watching this. Yes, I am still on a super high from the amazing release of my first EP, Authentic Book 1. If you have not gotten a copy of it, what's wrong with you? I'm just saying. I want your life to be uplifted. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to be just in a place of blissfulness and happiness and joy in the Lord and all those wonderful things. So you should get the EP. Matter of fact, do yourself a favor right now. Go ahead and share. Let people know that we are on the air, that I am here to talk about some wonderful, wonderful things connected to this amazing EP. And y'all already know me. What? I will not be before you long. So there's so much more that we have coming connected to this EP and everything else. So come on, do me a favor. Who's online? Let me holler at the people. Monique, what's up, girl? You online? Come on and tag some people in the comments. Tag some people, let them know that I'm here, just so I can talk a little bit more about the wonderful things that God has done with this amazing EP. I have been getting some amazing reviews, even from my coworkers. I'm like, oh my God. The song that we just played was Summertime, and that is all the rave at my job. Like, all of them are like, I love Summertime. That's my song. They played in the car with their kids, and everybody's bobbing their head from left to right. From left to right. Yes. All the fun in summertime, just giving God all the glory, all the honor and praise, and just all through song, so that we can all be uplifted and know that God is the center of everything, and He is the one that can bring that smile to your face and keep it there. Okay, y'all? So anyway, I got friends today. Say friends. I got friends today. Yes. So today I wanted to just kind of, this whole week, we're going to be like popping up in here and having some of my peeps that were really pivotal to this EP come along and chitty chat a little bit. Talk a little bit about what's going on and their experience and all of these things. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you guys hold on, to this guy, my husband. Hi, husband. I would like to introduce you guys to my husband, Adam Watson, who is the producer and the writer of all the songs on Authentic Book One. And the crowd goes wild for the dude guy. Yes, aka the dude guy. So appreciative of him. Y'all, we're going to talk a little bit about the journey. The journey through the pages of Book One, okay? It's been a journey, okay? And not only that, who do we have joining us also? Who is it? Oh my gosh. It is Josh Herrera from Levi Heart Ministries.
Hey,
Bring
man.
your friend on. Hey, Josh, how are you? And
Hey,
the crowd goes wild. Oh my gosh. So Josh is the mixer and the masterer. Is that even a thing?
The mixing and mastering engineer.
He's the mixing and the masterer engineer. I want to say that word because it sounds funner. The mixer and the masterer engineer of Authentic Book One. And so we are going to just take a few moments here and just chat a little bit.
What's going on, Hermano?
I'm doing good.
Hey! We're going to take a few moments and just kind of chat through the project. And then at the end of this, your girl is going to introduce you guys to something that you do not know. Why? Because it's something new. Something new. I'm excited about you guys experiencing that. So I would first like to take an opportunity to not only thank my husband, Adam Watson, who I love dearly, but also our hermano, Josh Herrera, for taking the time to be the mixer and the masterer of this amazing project.
Mastering engineer.
The mixer and masterer engineer. I'm going to say it the way I want to say it.
Yeah.
Amazing project. I appreciate you so much. I mean, you guys, without these two gentlemen here, this project really could not have been what it was.
Absolutely.
And what it is. And I just, with all of my heart, I want to thank you both. I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for your patience. I want to really thank Josh for his time, you guys, because his wife is like pregnant or whatever. She passed pregnant.
That's correct. Yeah, pretty much.
She trying to get baby girl out, and Josh is taking his time. So we look, first close. We will not be before you long. Okay.
Josh is taking his time.
Well, no, he's taking his time out to talk to us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's taking.
Got it.
He's
So
taking.
y'all, so Josh,
It's all good.
beautiful wife named Daniela.
She's so pretty.
And,
Thank you, Danielle.
Thank you.
He has one baby that's on the backside of the desert waiting to come forth.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and then he has a son and he has a daughter that's on the way. And we have been waiting. We've been waiting for weeks.
Yeah.
Like for the baby to get here. Like she act like she coming. and then she goes, psych, I ain't ready. And
Yeah.
then she really ready, and then she like, psych, I ain't ready.
She be playing peekaboo. She like, I'm staying here till I'm ready.
So we're hoping
Yeah.
that in the next week or two, she will just like say, all right, I'm done
She'll
playing.
just appear.
Just gotta slide out. That's happened now.
Yeah.
So take a quick moment, Josh. Tell us about yourself, man. Tell us where you hail from. We know, but they don't. Some of our people might not know. So introduce yourself, sir.
All right, man. Well, hey, everybody, thank you for tuning in here. It's all about Steph right now. But again, my name is Joshua. I'm actually from LA. I came down here with my family here in San Diego maybe a couple years ago already. And right now, I'm residing here in Baja California, Tijuana. This is where I'm at right now. It's kind of funny how I got over here because I told myself one day, how am I going to live in Mexico? It's a whole different world. Not because I'm against or I don't want to be over here or nothing like that, but my roots is I'm like an Americanized boy. You know, I'm a Mexican American, but it does change a lot. You know, living over here. But I gotta say, being over here gets the perks. You get the nice food. You get to eat all the Mexican traditional plates. So I'm happy about that. But in a nutshell, you know, God has raised me, you know, and you know, in different areas, different talents, different things God has given me in gifts. And one of the gifts that I've been developing over the years has been, you know, mixing and mastering. I got to learn from great engineers that I have over the past years that I've met with individuals with, you know, such as talented, you know, who have given me the opportunity to grow more, learn from them, you know. And Levi Heart Ministries, it's a ministry that God gave me years ago when I used to play, when I used to travel, when I used to, you know, be part of, you know, having, I know how you feel, Steph, when you have your first baby, your first CD is like, man, it's the most greatest feeling in the world.
Right.
And you know, it's a life-changing moment. It really is. It really is. And you know, so I got to go through all those steps, but then I just had to say, you know what, I want to get more involved in ministry. So my heart, you know, is to help out individuals going through homelessness. You know, my ministry is down here in Mexico. That's what God put me over here. And my late pastor, you know, uh, uh, would always say, Josh, what are you doing over there? He's like, well, God has me here for a reason. I don't know why, but I'm gonna be here, you know. And Prophet was actually, now I get it. Now I know why you're over there. You know, I'm like, it took a lot for people to understand that, but if I was here because for my own merit, I don't think so. You know, God has a reason, purpose why we do everything all the time.
Right.
So, you know, this is what Levi Heart is. It's a ministry that, you know, it helps out the needy, but also it's combined with music ministry.
Yeah, I think he'll snap out. Come snap out in a minute.
Okay.
All right. You snapped out on me, sir. Are you with us?
Is he with us?
Okay. All right. Hold on. I'll wait till he comes back in. All right. So it's us.
Yeah.
When he comes back in, we'll see him. So
Yeah.
he's down in Mexico, and so
Yeah.
something froze. So as soon as he comes,
He's
there he is.
You're
Hold
back.
on, sir.
He's back.
Hold on.
All right.
Okay. All right. You're back with us. Keep going.
Sorry about that. Good.
Oh, you're
No
fine.
problem. You were talking about the
All right,
homeless.
Yeah, so I work with the homeless community down here in Mexico. So Levi Heart caters to individuals on the streets, but my goal is to preach to people. My goal is to let people know that, you know, it's not just about music. It's not just about looking good up there singing. It's about getting out from those four walls and actually getting out on the streets and doing something about it, and not just preaching about it in the pews, but actually letting people know that there's more than just singing. There's more than just letting people know how good you sing. You know, I'm all about that, but I'm also about making people know that, you know, the ministry of God, people come first, you know. So that's what drives us, and that's what drives me to continue doing the work, the great work that I'm doing here in Mexico. And God's given me the privilege to do that every single day over here. So that's why Levi Heart Ministries is about, you know, at the end of the day.
See, a lot. What a lot of people, as part of kind of like the introduction, a lot of, so me and Josh and Steph met
Mhm.
because of that dude right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So whenever you hear him talk about his pastor, even though
Yeah.
Shantae is in heaven, like
Right.
he still reigns down here.
He
Like,
sure does.
and so
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah, Pastor Shantae Cephas, and I'm gonna let Josh talk how they hooked up real quick. But Pastor Shantae Cephas was both Josh's and my pastor, and so that's how the three of us hooked up. They hooked up first, and then I came along second. So Josh is my minister of music.
Mhm.
Josh was my pastor of music. So when then Josh got married, and so his time kind of like pulled him more towards Mexico. So when Josh couldn't be at church, then I was the one filling in, and that's when y'all started seeing Stephanie and me and Stephanie going back and forth and leading praise and worship and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So that's our connection. Shantae Cephas is my connection to Josh. That's how we became brothers, and that's how we became family. Just so y'all know. So go ahead. And so he just doesn't do like if you saw him leading praise and worship, you might have thought that's all he does. That's not all he does. You might have thought he only does Levite Heart Ministries. That's not all he does. I mean, he's come with us down to he's led praise and worship down at the mission.
Yeah.
He's taught down at the mission. He has a heart for people. Period.
Yeah.
Not just the down and out, but the up and out. He has his job where he helps people connected to like health care and getting them resources and stuff what they need. Joshua is like, he's just a good guy.
Yeah.
And some people are Christian, but they're mean. He is actually he is really a good guy. So, and more so than anything, if you get to know him, you'll learn that he can't talk without teaching. If he has knowledge about something, he wants you to have the knowledge about it. And so we started out doing music, right? We just playing together. And then one day he was at church and he played this track, and I heard the track and I'm like,
Who was that?
that's pretty good. No, I knew it was him.
Oh, you knew it was him.
And I said, who mixed the track? Who mastered it? He said, I did. I was like, get out of here. Really? Because I know that he does music. He plays keyboard, y'all. He plays guitar. He's phenomenal guitar. And then he composes music. So he can do like almost any instrument that he plays. If y'all know music, composing. He can do all types of music. He can do drums. He can drum replacement. He can instrument replace. He can do all these things. But I didn't know that he did mixing and mastering. And I was starting to come up on a problem because Stephanie's music was almost done, but I didn't have nobody who I trusted to be like, this is the way your music needs to go. Let's work through this. So by accident, we had this, we were, I think he was bringing me home one day, and he let me hear it. I heard, and I'm like, man. So I let him hear Stephanie's music, and we started working together. And so one day, it was so funny because I let Stephanie hear. Stephanie by accident heard her version of Josh's mixed version of a song, and she liked it. But then she heard my version. She was like, "What happened to the other version?" And I was like, "Oh no, this is the version. This is the version." She goes, "No, that's not the same version." And Maisha, if you are online, I see you, but we're live. So give me a moment, and I'll call you when I'm done. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So later on, I found out the version Steph was talking about was the version she heard from Josh. So I was like, all right, fine. So we've been working together. Josh has been mixing a project, and Josh has great teachers that he's learning from. But as y'all can tell, Josh is Mexican American, but Josh plays in the Black church. So he has Mexican flow. He got Mexican sauce. He got black sauce. So he flows with us. He flows with everybody. So when it came time for Stephanie's music, he already knew jazz music, fusion music, indie music. He already knows all this stuff. And he said, "Adam, I'll mix all your music. I just don't want to do like if you're doing anybody else's music and they got a whole bunch of cussing on it, I don't want to do that." I said, "All right." He said, "But I'll do everything else." I said, I ain't doing no music with a whole bunch of cussing on it either. So he is a musician, y'all. He listens to music. And so he is a real musician, even from miking and stuff. And so when it came to putting the music together, he's done such a fabulous job. It's been so much fun.
Yeah.
Because I used to say that when it comes to mixing or when it comes to writing, I want to put somebody's heart on CD. Josh is the same way. He wants to make sure that the music sounds the way you want it to sound. So, but I'm kind of like a person of excellence. I believe more in getting the job done than customer service sometimes. Josh is the king of customer service. So he came over to the house while we were waiting for Daniela to have the baby, came over, and him and Stephanie started talking and having a conversation about the music. I walked in the other room. I was like, you know what, look, we got work to do, but he wanted to make sure that Stephanie was comfortable with the music that needed to be out. So if you need your music mixed and you are willing to invest what he is worth, because he's worth it. Hit us up. I also put his name up there, Levi Hart Ministries. He goes by Josh and Levi Hart because you can't separate the two. You can't separate the man, the musician, and the minister. You cannot do it. He's super kind guy. I'm gonna shut up now and let them keep talking. I just wanted to give my own because I'm very proud of it. All right, I'm shutting up.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So no, like I echo everything that my husband said. I mean, Josh, you were just an amazing talent, an amazing gift to the body of Christ, I must add. Because, I love even the name Levi Hart Ministries because you put your heart seriously in everything that you do. And it shows. It shows, in what you mix and what you master. It shows in how you present and how you educate. I appreciate you taking the time to make sure that I was comfortable with how things sounded. I really do appreciate that. So, I wanted to just talk to you both a little bit about just your experience. And second close, I won't be before you long. Anyway, talk to you both a little bit about, how you kind of came together and what, the songs and all of that. So I want to know, and before I do that, first of all, you did all this talking about Josh. I'm going to talk about this guy.
I'm going to be on all these lives.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
So I'm going to be on all
these lives. This is my live. This is my podcast. So I want to do. Amen. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. I won't be before you long. That was my second close, and now that counts for number 3 close. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So this guy, my husband, has God has been giving him songs for me even before he even knew the songs were for me, which is so crazy to me.
Other people were out there singing her songs.
Right. Like we didn't even know, like God just set everything up. And so he has put in time. I'm telling you guys, like Adam will, and I'm not going to cry. So Adam will like stay up like tirelessly to make sure the thing is right. I mean, he has heard my voice more than I've heard my voice. Okay. Listening to the songs, making sure things are right. Kind of coaching me on which way this should be sang, giving, God gives inspiration. Like this is the inspiration room. We should rename it the inspiration room, right? And he's going through all of that and just kind of walking through the processes with me, dealing with me. Let me just be real, fussing, complaining, like irritated. I mean, all of the mood swings that come along with birthing anything. He had, you ain't got to nod that hard. Anyway, I'm gonna get Gigi to get you. All the things that come along with birthing anything new.
You can't separate creativity from crisis. Sometimes people are going through life and all that stuff, and if you take a break and you shut down their creativity while they're dealing with crisis, you don't know that sometimes the creativity is what's pulling them through their crisis. And so sometimes you got to, and sometimes their creativity is just their personal development. They're personally developing while they're growing through. And if you shut down someone who is trying to push through, you might end up killing their creativity, and you might be killing the next level of themselves.
That's really good, because there were definitely times where crisis was happening, okay, up in here, and even within me internally, feeling like like it wasn't going to go over well. The project wasn't. Times where I would have real insecurities about my vocal ability, all of these things. Are the lyrics going to be received? Going to get the song? Feels like. Are they going to get why I'm talking about that? All of these things. And so those were the internal struggles. And so being able to push through those things and really birth something wonderful, you have to work with the right people. You have to work with the people who understand your process, who understand the steps that it takes for you to get to where you need to be. And I just want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for walking me through being patient with me and all of those things, because at times it was challenging, but it's just like funny, ironically, we're talking about birth. It's just like birth, right, Josh? Right? You go through all of the challenges of can you come on out of here, right? Come on, Emma.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle,
right? And then when the baby comes, it's like, right, So it's like all of the struggle and all of those things, they seem like so minute compared to the joy and the blessing of it. And that is what the two of you have been able to come together and help me do as we have birthed this project. And I'm just so excited about what God is doing. And this is only the beginning of where he is not only taking my ministry, our ministry, but also yours, Levi. Yeah, also yours, Levi. Everybody connected to what it is that we are building and we're growing into. We pray over everybody that's connected to us, because we don't want to win by ourselves. Like, that's no fun. We want to win together. And so I just appreciate, babe, you for that. And Josh, I appreciate you for that. Now, my fourth close, I won't be before you long. Let me get into just a few questions that I have for both of you all about the project itself. So let me ask the typical question. Josh, what is your favorite track on Authentic Book One?
I think the first track for me, and I always told you guys, it feels like rain. It's smooth. I mean, all the tracks are good. You can't bash none of the tracks. You can't bash them because each one has its own characteristic. But for me personally, feels like rain is smooth. I think that's the first song that Adam sent me, and I was like, man, I like this one. Send me another one. I want to know how the next one's gonna be like. I think for anybody doing mixing or engineering, I think it's like, Adam, when we were together, he was like, man, I feel like I'm in a candy shop, because he had me there literally, and he can do all the things that he wanted to do, but for me, it's like a candy shop. When you have great music, great track to mix, it makes it so much easier. And I think that's one of the things that I was explaining to Adam. I was like, one of the key things that I like to teach people is like, hey, we got to make sure the track has this. We got to make sure that the vocal layers are right. We got to make sure all this is good, so we can even sound way better than what it is already. So that's always my thing, making sure that the track sounds hot, and and to cut it short, feels like rain for me. That's my song. That's my song right there.
And babe, thank you, Josh. What is your favorite track on Authentic Book One?
I don't think that I'm the fair person to ask that.
I do.
Because because I wrote them, and as I write them, they become my favorite. Because all number one, the album is completely out of order. Like like Can't Get Away, though it's the first song.
First song.
Yeah, it's the first song on the thing. It's not the first song that I wrote. Summertime is the first song I wrote 7, 8, 10 years ago.
Wow.
And so I loved Summertime. No, 15 years ago.
Wow.
Mandate Records. I wrote Summertime and Can't Get Away back then. But then we had then I was at the surgery center. And while I was sitting in the surgery center, Feels Like Rain came to me. And that became my favorite song. And then I woke up in the morning. And I was sitting on the side of the bed while my wife was asleep and just in meditation. And all of a sudden it stepped into vision and heard Good Place. And then that became my good one. And then I sent Feels Like Rain to Josh and he mixed it. And I was like, this is my favorite one. And then Stephanie sang the hook, The Good Place. And I said, no, this is my favorite. So it was, I'm like, these are my babies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, and I playing with them as I'm holding my baby. At the time I'm holding them, this is my favorite. Then when I pick up the next baby, that's my favorite. So that's the way it is. I'm actually like, I get more intrigued watching Josh because Josh is a musician first, and but the way that he kind of pulls the musician in him back to be faithful to the mixing engineer in him and the mastering engineer, and while he's talking from the mixing engineer, he does not speak from the musician side.
Yeah.
So sometimes like we're talking and I'm like, I'm not understanding because he is completely in engineer brain.
Right.
He's an engineer brain. And so it's not until I start feeling like I'm figuring out that he's about to step, that I'm like where he's coming back from engineer brain, he goes into the musician. And so he's like, well, this one. And so constantly going back and forth, trying to stay in balance with all the things that are him.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of challenge of staying in balance with, am I dealing with Stephanie as my wife or Stephanie as the headache leader of this album, or Stephanie, Stephanie as the mom, Stephanie as the worker, Stephanie as the singer, Stephanie connected to Kingdom Culture, Stephanie connected to TPE. It's always my struggle has always been, my biggest struggle is staying in balance with the people who are working to pull this music from concept to purpose.
Yeah. I think that's a really good point with the whole balance and with, the concept, because like you said, you literally like took some of my other questions, but you walked through every single song and like how they were birthed. And I think that's a really important thing.
Can I say one more thing? This for Feels Like Rain was actually changed by Josh.
Oh.
The version of Feels Like Rain that y'all hear is not the version I heard. Let me explain that. When I first wrote Feels Like Rain, it was not jazzy. It was straight R&B. The piano and all that stuff did not come to my head until I heard Josh's first mix. When I heard Josh's first mix, he had pulled it into such a mellow place that you could not help but relax on the song. So the song is a drive. Josh knows this. I was talking to him about the drive of the bass. I was telling him about the drive of the bass because that's the way it started. But once Josh had done and put his signature on it, it had stepped into smooth jazz, like straight flow vibe. And I was like, man, that's where my thought process for Ben Keys came in, because once Josh touched it, I was like, okay, I hear it from a different place now. Let's flow with that. Sometimes that's necessary. You can't find the best part of the song until another person touches it. So
yeah, and thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I will say that part about until another person touches it, for me, that's really the next question that I have. And I'd like you, Josh, to speak to it, and Adam to briefly speak to it as well. But what is it that you are hoping that every listener who embraces the music, streams it, buys it, what are you really hoping will happen for them in their experience with hearing authentic Book One and the songs there?
Yeah, I think for me, one of the things I always ask myself, Steph, is that when I do a new mix, because I have to hear it over and over and over again, so it's repetitive. So one of the things I was listening that it's hearable, that people can really, embrace the song. After actually listening to the lyrics, I get to listen to the lyrics on a daily basis. Sometimes I have to take a break because you can't be mixing for hours. It's like I'll mix probably maybe 2 hours. I'll stop because the ear gets ear fatigue. That's so one of the things is that what makes a song so great to hear is that if the mix is not on point, then it doesn't make the song flow. And I think that Adam is saying is that when someone's listening to it, and I hope people can gravitate from that, is that they can listen to the way you're singing it, the way you're trying to tell a story. So the mix has to also tell the story too. So the elements of how you balance those things is very pivotal for anybody out there listening to this song, that they can actually enjoy it, but most importantly, that they can actually be changed by it. People just don't write songs just to write songs. You want to make sure that they can actually, gravitate on that song and take it with them. Be like, man, I was thinking about the old days of Sade, with the Smooth Operator, and I was I think about those mixes and I told Adam, I was like, I feel like I'm in a Sade song because I know that song is gonna make me feel it, put it on a rainy day. So on a rainy day, it might not be a good day for you. So when someone's feeling down, so I want people to get that. You're like, hey, this song is mellow, but it's giving me peace in a very hard time in my life. It's rainy, but it's smooth at the same time. And people can go like, wow, man, my day is going so bad, God, but I know I can hear this song feels like rain, because rain doesn't have to be something difficult or pouring on you, but it pours blessings into your life, and it's refreshing. So I mean, if I can say that about this song, that's what it will be. That's what I want people to get to, that they can listen the way the music is touching their lives, but the lyrics, that they can actually follow along with that. They can get the vibe and move forward with it, but listen to the lyrics. It's always key for that.
Right. Yeah. And Adam, briefly, what do you want the EP to kind of deliver to the listeners?
That processes can have a beautiful ending.
Yeah.
Most people have been telling Stephanie for years that Stephanie should do her whole album. I think part of it began as Stephanie was just serving everybody else, making sure people getting their flow, and then Stephanie became content with just being on the background. And then Stephanie might have stepped into a place where she was actually fighting the forefront. And so y'all don't get the pleasure. A lot of people haven't had the pleasure of listening to my wife live in the rafters song-wise and singing effortlessly in those high realms, high spaces. I deal with it all the time. I know what she's capable of. And so I think I was more excited. I already knew I could write. I already knew I could. I'm more excited to hear the vocal and the musical accompaniment and the mixing and the mastering, Josh, all of it coming together in order to build a beautiful story or a beautiful boat for Steph to roll on. And the same way Stephanie wants to push everybody else, I just want to push Stephanie. Stephanie has such an amazing ability to minister someone else's song. Like, some people are only good when they're singing their own music. Stephanie can minister her music, Alter, Coming to a World Near You, or she can minister somebody else's song in the spirit they intended. And so that's my excitement, and it's not a hope for me. It's a reality. I'm listening to people who are talking and verbatim saying what the hope of my heart was, and it's a reality. They're actually experiencing it now. We had Feels Like Rain as a vibe, but the first time a bishop heard it, he was like, yeah, this is like a smooth jazz type thing. We were letting him listen to it. I ain't gonna call his name, but he'll probably tell his own story. And in the part of Good Place, when he talks about, so I lie back and smile and in peace, he took my hat back and drink my tea. Remember, he took the thing and he started acting like he was drinking his tea.
Yeah.
It was like, but it was the flow. Like, I wrote it, but then Josh and Steph gave it the atmosphere. And then the last person was Ben. Ben came on last and played on top of it, but you couldn't tell. It sounded like him and Steph were going back and forth. And so that whole fusion, that chemistry meant everything.
Yeah, I think I definitely hear what both of you all are saying. And for me, since I'm asking you guys, and I definitely want to speak on it for myself, you talked about telling the story, Josh. And for me, that's what I want every song to do. You talked about the sound and the music. And this is a perfect segue for me to share with you guys my good news. But just for me personally, I want every song on this EP to minister to everyone where they are. I wanted to hit you in the place where you're sad and you feel uplifted. I wanted to minister to you in the place where you feel unloved and you understand that God's love is with you. That you can't get away from his love, that you can't run from it. On a sunny day, when you feel like when the sun is shining, you understand that, the rain of God, the blessing of God, even on a rainy day, a sunny day, no matter what the weather looks like, the rain of God is always present in your life. And then Good Place, I mean, man, you just got to know wherever the place you are in your life, God has a good place for you. And then Summertime is just that vibe song, right? It's just that song that lets you know that this is a season in my life. Summer is designed, and we typically think of it as a time in pretty much every East Coast, West Coast, wherever you are. Summertime is a time for people to get out, enjoy themselves, and have fun, all of that. Understanding that the season of summertime is so important that you understand that you can enjoy yourself in the Lord. You can enjoy celebrating and being amongst friends and being amongst family, and you can have that whole vibe. So for me, the whole album is like bringing that sound that tells the story of just the love of God. And so one of the things that, and before I move, I definitely, want to let you all know that we will get Mr. B Flat, Benjamin Bullock on here. He was also a very pivotal part in making the sound of Authentic Book One be what it was. Yeah. So I know you're not here now, Ben, but we want to say thank you. We're definitely going to get you on here to chat a little bit as well. But thank you so much for the part that you allowed God to play. And the last thing that I want to say about the EP itself is that I wanted it to extend outside of the church. There's people who will never ever step inside a church anymore. They dealing with church hurt. They comfortable with church, whatever their place is, right? There's some people who are fighting against their growth in God, but they'll listen to this music, and music will minister. And because the heart of it and where it came from, like my heart was pure towards these songs, and the lyrics were written from a place of worship and honor to God. And like all of that comes together and it comes through in the music. So I wanted to be able to touch people where they are. That you don't have to be, sitting in the pews or saved for 40 plus years or whatever your spiritual or personal walk with God is. But you just need to know that there is a loving God out there who is concerned about your story and your journey. And he wants to minister to you right where you are in song. And so for me, that was important. But Josh, we're gonna let you go. This is my final close. I want to thank you guys for your time today. Adam, thank you for your time. It. Josh, thank you for your time. But we're gonna do the big reveal of what I want to share.
Okay, where's
she walked? She's there. She's present. She went somewhere.
All right, because I know I was watching it. I never saw her come back.
She had to step out. Yeah.
All right. Well, Daniela, we love you. God bless you.
Thank you, Daniela.
It won't be long.
It won't be long. So we want
I'm not the singer.
We want to just leave you with this amazing news where you can not only see my music and listen to my music and download it. I want to shout out this QR code if you are interested in hearing and downloading this album and having it with you all the time. Yes, you can just put your phone, point it to the screen, point to that QR code, and it'll take you to a place where you could download and purchase the music.
And because she about to go crazy. We're about to lose Josh. But listen, if you need your music mixed and mastered, listen, can I just say this?
No.
Please don't. I'm gonna say it anyway. Don't mix your music yourself.
Yeah, you need another ear.
Don't mix your music.
You need different.
Yourself. Let somebody else mix your music, and then let them level it up and bring it into a mastering mode. Trust somebody else with the treasure that God gave you. For us, that individual is Josh on this project. And this is only book one. There's like 4 books inside the project. Yeah. So he actually has heard more music than y'all know. Yeah. So just trust somebody else. So when y'all see Levi Hart Ministries, hit him up. Mm-hmm. Hit him up on IG. You can hit him up online. I put his Joshua Herrera is his Facebook. That's his actual name. And you can find him on Levi Hart Ministries. Mm-hmm. And do right by my boy, and we won't have no issues.
We won't have no issues. Oh my gosh! So thank you guys for supporting.
We love you, man.
We love you. Thank you, Josh.
Likewise, man.
So much. Tell Daniela and send her our love. I'm very grateful for her, and soon a
Will
bit.
do.
Yeah. Love you, man. Peace.
Love you guys. Peace.
So now, thank you guys for walking through this with me, with Josh, our mix and master engineer, and then also with my husband, the writer and the producer of Authentic Book One. Also giving a big shout out to Benjamin, Mr. B Flat, for hitting them keys the way he did on them tracks. My God. Thank you for touching the keys, yes, and blessing our EP with your anointed skills and just the love that you have for God. It can be sensed all in your keys. Now,
put it in the chat. Show me my surprise.
Show me my surprise.
Go ahead, put it in the chat, y'all.
Do you want to see it? If you don't,
show me my surprise.
If you don't say anything, I'm not going to.
We love you, Pastor Rich. Is that man? That's late. I'm super late, but we love you, man.
Hey, Pastor Rich, y'all, I'm still here. If you want to see the surprise, I'm not going to show you. See we have no idea what's happening with our life right now. So there's somebody at our door. I don't know who this is.
And we're working right now.
Yeah, we don't know who this is. You guys give us some.
Thank God for video. Oh, is that? I don't think so.
Who is that?
Hold on.
I don't know who that is. What was that?
Oh, somebody. Please come back later.
Okay, sorry, we're on live. So let me show you this surprise here. Okay, it is.
Click it.
It is.
Click it.
Okay, hold on 1 second, you
Hold on.
guys. Give us.
No. Yeah.
Oh,
We working.
Okay. This is
Can
Can you see? No, they can't see it. You need to show it.
Hold
to
on, babe. It's supposed to be sharing.
No, it's not sharing.
Hold on.
Okay, sorry, you guys. There's a lot going on right now.
Oh, you know what? My bad. My bad. Here we go.
All right. So, all right. So here you guys go.
Wait. You can control it.
I don't know how to do that with this one. It's just
Okay.
okay. So here you guys go. Yes, your girl has a website. She has a website that you guys can kind of look at and go through, and there's a listen to my EP spot, and there's all these different things that you can kind of peruse the website, contact me for booking information, all that stuff. So Stephsoundmusic is where you can find this. Stephsoundmusic.com. I wanted to intro my website to you guys, Stephsoundmusic.com, and my whole theme is the reason why this is Steph Sound Music is because there's more to just the song and all of these things. It is the sound that moves you.
Mm-hmm.
It is the sound that moves you, and there's so much more to what God has given me, and I'm so excited about the sound that He has given me. So yes, this is my website, Steph Sound Music. You guys can follow me, download it for. Am I missing something?
Are you gonna walk in? Are we walking through it, or you gonna make them do it?
Oh yeah. I guess I can't walk through it. So there's like a whole. I don't know how to do it with this mouse. I'm sorry. My husband has this ergonomic mouse that is really weird for me. So you can kind of look through there.
She's so fine.
Okay.
You're so fine. You blow my mind.
Yes, I tell my whole story. You can go down. You guys can kind of go to the site. I tell my whole story. I tell what's going on. All of those things, and there's videos in here for you. I don't want to ruin it for you. Like, I want you to go and kind of check it out. But I am going to show you this one video. This is my intro.
Okay, all right. So here goes the video. If y'all go to Stephsoundmusic.com.
It's my whole video. Yeah. So you guys can. It's buffering. So you guys.
It's happening again.
It's buffering. So we tried to give y'all a sneak peek, but
tried.
Y'all go ahead and check it out yourself.
There's a big old war right now between internet and StreamYard.
Yeah, like we're having.
Like, who is going to run this thing?
Yeah, so you can stop sharing now.
So my fault.
You can stop sharing now.
So, no, I'm just not going to play the video.
Okay, yeah, but
You're right there, baby.
Okay, so you guys can go and check out this website. There's all the information on how to get the music, all that stuff, and there's some really good surprises in here for you. So peruse the site, okay? Stephsoundmusic.com is where you can find all that good information. So this was a longer pop-up than I intended, but you know what? Give me some grace, right? It's a big time in our life. There's some videos for you guys. He's kind of just showing you what some of the things that are on the site. He's not going to show it to you. He's going to show you some of the things that are there. I want you guys to go check it out. And at the bottom, I do want to mention, please go down. There is a place for you to connect with me and become a part of our mailing list. You can sign up where it says, I want to be authentic. You can go ahead and click on that. You can sign up with your email address so you are up to date with all the things that are happening, all the places I'm going to be, all the stuff, all the things. I send you affirmations. I send you all these little nice, cool things, right? It's a whole bunch of stuff. It's so great. So I'm excited about what God is doing. And more importantly, I'm blessed that He has allowed me to do it and that you all are able to journey with me in this. So thank you so very much to everyone who is tuned in, who is helping to support, and who is enjoying who is truly enjoying this music. Can you put Stephsoundmusic up there? Is the website there? Thank you, Monique. Go ahead and just show that. Yes, Monique, that is correct.
Stephsoundmusic.com.
Yes, Stephsoundmusic.com. You can go there now for all the little cool surprises. You have anyone that that's interested in booking me or what have you. We are available. We are available to come and support your event.
Time out.
Okay.
So y'all on the website.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
You know how.
Okay.
You
So
know
on the
how petty
website,
you are.
on the website,
Sometimes you are petty.
I am petty.
You are
guys.
pretty and
I'm
petty.
pretty and petty.
Keep the
So
R in.
on the
Keep
website,
the R in it.
on
So
the
listen, y'all.
website.
On the website, after you watch Steph's story, it gives a chance. So Stephanie gives y'all lets y'all hear versions of her music, and of all the 4 songs, brief little snapshot of like a brief music video, just brief. So it's kind of like her thank you to y'all. She just wanted to do something special for y'all, and we certainly paid the money for it.
Yeah.
So go enjoy it.
Please go and
Okay.
go to my website, share it. We'll make sure that we're posting Stephsoundmusic.com. But again, thank you all so very, very much for joining me and for walking through the journey. This is just the first of many that we're going to have conversations surrounding this project. If you want to sow a special seed into the music, you can cash out me there, Stephsoundmusic. We still got more things that we're working on, and those things cost money. So we want to make sure that we're putting out everything that God has given to us. And if you want to support it in any type of a way, we welcome any and all gifts. And again, even for my music, I know we do it on our ministry platform, but here I want you all to know that we pray over every single seed.
Absolutely.
We pray over every single seed that the abundance of God would be increasing in your life, and that you would be able to go forward and pursue the things that you have known that God has had for you to do. For either be a long period of time or what have you. I hope that I am an encouragement to you to pursue the things that God has for your life. Amen?
Amen.
So that is all. Thank you all for joining me today on my extended pop-up with my 5 closes. But I appreciate you all. Y'all know I don't never go this long. But blessed be the name of the Lord. You're going to get this information. Okay. So we thank you guys again. I will see you next time on my pop-up.
What song you want to go out with?
Whatever you decide. Where we are sharing more of some conversations about authentic.
Can't get away. We'll see y'all on the back end. Bye.
Dispatch, she's on the run again.
I can't get away from your love. I can't get away. You know I've tried. I can't get away from you. No, 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 no. Alone in my room, searching for a way to free myself from you. But in every place, I find that you are there. There's simply no escaping you. Your love is everywhere. I can't get away from you. I can't get away from you. No, 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 no. From you, where can I run? Where can I hide? Reflections of a getaway gave me no place to hide, but only made me realize that the only peace I find is wrapped up in your arms, the only love that's true.